What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome to the Sports Sidebar Podcast. You're tuned in with your boy Rich, and I'm here with my buddies Tom and JD, and we're about to get this thing started. Let's go! All right, ladies and gentlemen, we back with another one. Episode 62 in full effect. Got some interesting stuff to talk about tonight. How's everybody doing?
Can't complain, Rich. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I mean, can't complain. I feel like any day above water is better than anything. I mean,
as long as your teams are doing all right, right?
Yeah, I mean, Knicks doing all right. Giants, they won. They weren't supposed to win, but I feel like we talked about it, like they're gonna mess it up and end up with the 10th pick again and not make the playoffs.
Giants could get frisky here, Rich.
I don't know, man. I don't think they'll catch Dallas.
I don't think so either.
And I don't even know if they're in. I don't even know if they can catch one of these teams for a playoff spot. So, and that's the thing.
The NFC's kind of a mess right now.
Yeah, it is. But I mean, I'd rather us have the potential to win it all than.
I get that, right? You don't want to be in that middle range where you're fighting for a playoff spot, only to lose in the first round and then get that 18th or 19th pick. But in the same sense, you kind of want to, you don't want to just be a consistent loser over the first, especially over Daniel Jones's first, handful of years, because it's like, what are we building here, right?
Yeah, I definitely understand that, but it's just like at this point in time, you can kind of tell what they're building. I mean, Saquon's been out. I mean, we got a lot of guys out, and then not to mention we got some holes to fill. So I mean, come play. Don't get me wrong, love watching them play, especially on the defensive end. Mm-hmm. But I just don't think they have it this year. Mm-hmm. Even if everybody was healthy, and they were running on full throttle, so to say. Mm-hmm. I just still can't see it. I don't see they have that magic yet. Right. There's got a few things to tweak, and then they can be in contention.
That's fair.
And then on other teams, we had the Jets, man. your boy White is making it look like y'all didn't even draft a quarterback with the second pick.
Yeah. So I think the Jets are in a similar situation, right? Like, so they have a rookie quarterback. But they have another quarterback on their roster, Mike White, who over the last few weeks has kind of shown that, he could probably win a few games. So, it's tough because, they're definitely not going anywhere in the AFC. But if you can get this team to like 7 or 8 wins and, get people on the team kind of in that winning mindset, I think you almost have to do it because they've been so bad for so long that it's like another 3-14 season, although the draft pick would be nice, it doesn't do anyone good in that building. If they can get to 8-9 or 7-10, something like that, I just think it does a lot more for the morale, saying, all right, we did it with a guy, that basically was, no one thought could do anything, right? And we got Zach Wilson there, and when he's healthy, I'm sure he'll be back in there. But we're building something here, and I think it does a lot for the morale in the building.
Oh yeah, because it gives you guys something to cheer for. The division is not that far out of reach for you guys. I mean, between you guys and the other 3 teams in the division, it's pretty much a fair ball game.
Yeah, and who knows what the Buffalo Bills are right now? They're a little, that game this weekend kind of probably put up a lot of question marks to the people around the league. But yeah, I'd say that they're probably going to win the division. Patriots are a fringe playoff team. The Dolphins are a bit of a disaster. So yeah, I think if you can, like I said, if you get to 7-8 wins, even if you're not in the playoffs, if you're close, you're fighting for it down the stretch. I think it just builds a little morale in the building, and then you look forward to next year. Zach Wilson's got next year on him. Some of the younger players got a little more time. Elijah Moore's been stepping up. Get healthy with Becton on the line. And who knows? Maybe come out of the gun. Come out next year guns blazing.
Yeah, pretty much.
And you know how to win, right? Like that's half the battle. Like you get to the end of these games, and some of these guys just like fall apart, right? So
yeah. that's part of the growth process. Learning how to like close out games. So you're not making stupid mistakes come,
Exactly.
the fourth quarter that's costing you games and you're losing by field goals or a touchdown that could have been avoided. So as long as they're moving in the right direction, that's the main thing. Compared to the Giants, I just feel like we already know they're moving in the right direction, but just with so many injuries, I just rather get a better draft pick to like extra stock up for next year. But
yeah, no, I get that. I get that too.
Yeah, but we're gonna have to see what happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then some other teams. I mean, the Chiefs beat the Packers. No Aaron Rodgers. Kind of that was expected. Your boy Love got some play. He doesn't look that bad. I don't know if he's ready to take on the reins for Green Bay yet, though.
He's not, and I don't. I think he looked athletic, and he maybe made some okay plays. I don't think he's the guy there. I really don't. He's not a rookie. This is his third year.
He seemed more like a game manager type quarterback.
Yeah, and I don't know. I didn't think. I think like he looked the part. He seemed calm. He's athletic, like I said. He moved around well in the pocket. I don't know if this it was the decision making or just like not hitting the throws he should have made. I mean, you have Devonta Adams. Like, I feel like you should be able to do a little bit more. Like the Chiefs played terrible in that game. The Packers should have won that with whoever was quarterbacking, and they just couldn't. They couldn't capitalize on what the Chiefs were doing.
Yeah, as I said, it's just. I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see though. To see, maybe he improves over, this year because this is really like his first game.
Yeah.
So
sure.
I mean, you never know. Maybe has some jitters. From what I've seen, I'm not seeing the it factor for him to be the go-to quarterback. Like I said, he just looks more like a game manager quarterback. So maybe it was the play calling too. So we don't know. Maybe they didn't feel comfortable opening it up. But I mean, once he gets some more games under his belt, we get to see him some more. We can definitely tell.
Yeah, I agree.
Another important game, the Falcons won. So I mean, they got 4 wins, so they'll be out of the running for top draft pick.
They're in a playoff spot right now. If the season ended today.
Yeah. Then the Jags won too. So I wasn't expecting them to get any wins either. But hey, y'all got them 2 wins. That's great for everybody else, man.
Yeah, absolutely.
And then the Titans beat the Rams. No Derrick Henry, but people are showing up, man. They put the Rams on notice. They're actually leading the division right now with the best record. So I mean, the playoffs started today. They would have the first week bye. So
even with Derrick Henry being out, I felt like the defense really showed up on Sunday night.
Yeah.
And forced Matt Stafford into some old Detroit Lions plays there.
Oh yeah.
But I don't think they necessarily need a run game. If their defense plays well, they got AJ Brown, Julio Jones. They were moving the ball okay, not great, but they did what they needed to do. And I think that defense really turned it up. That pass rush looked really good on Sunday.
Yeah, that's been the main thing that's been holding them back is that defense. So interesting to see how if that defense can maintain that the dominance they've been exhibiting over the last few games to carry them into the playoffs. So, and then for Week 10, some other key games. They got the Browns versus the Pats. That should be a good one. Who do you like in that one?
I mean, to me, it depends. What's Nick Chubb's status? I feel like the Patriots' run defense isn't great. So if Chubb's healthy, I actually kind of like the Browns there. Chubb's not healthy. You got Dearness Johnson, who had a good, he's had a good couple of weeks here.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I know we've talked about this before, but I kind of like the Browns without OBJ. I feel like they spread the ball around better. They run it a lot. I don't feel like Baker is forcing things. I think he spreads it around a lot better. He manages the game. If the defense can play well, I mean, people forget that. I feel like people forget that Mac Jones is still a rookie, right? Like even though it's Belichick's offense, he's making mistakes. He got strip sacked over the weekend against Carolina. Carolina obviously couldn't capitalize on it, but I think the Browns defense with Myles Garrett could really put some pressure on the Patriots offense.
For me, I never felt like it was really OBJ's fault. I just felt like it was more it's more of the defense. But I also feel like maybe they feel like it's no distractions, when he's not around. But I mean, defensively, and that's been the issue. Their defense has been showing up, has been in and out. every other game. I mean, the last game, Miles Garrett went crazy. Ward had a great day, had an interception. So I mean, for me, it's all about their defense. I feel like they run the ball good enough, to keep them in games. And then, Baker's not going to mess it up too much as far as like, turning over the ball. But for me, it's one of those teams just like the Titans, man. It's really about their defense, and if they can show up.
Yeah, no, I agree, but I just feel like the offense runs a little smoother and I think it's like a star receiver thing. I don't think it has anything to do with OBJ. I feel like he's well liked in the locker room. It was just like you got an $11 million receiver in there, and it's like I feel like we need to feed him the ball sometimes when maybe the right play is to hit a tight end down the seam or something. I just feel like there's some. It's like subconsciously you're trying to justify the contract or whatever.
We're gonna see what happens because your boy's a free agent. I mean, he's been talking. They've been rumored the three teams is probably the Saints. I don't know why or how he would go there, and then the Chiefs, and then the Packers. Out of those teams, which one do you like for him to go to?
I think the Packers make the most sense. He doesn't have to be the top dog. You got Devontae Adams there. They really are. They don't have anything else besides Devonta Adams. Randall Cobb is aged. Tanyan is out for the year, and then you got the Allen Lazard and company that just kind of hang around. But you could put someone opposite Devonta Adams so that he doesn't necessarily get double or triple teamed on every play. I think it opens up the offense a little, allows Beckham to get his catches, Rodgers to get his numbers, and makes that offense a little more dynamic.
I would go with you on that one, but I'm gonna take the opposite stance, and I'm gonna say the Chiefs. The reason being is because you can't double them now because you got Tyreek Hill and Travis Kelce.
Sure.
So I mean, and he's not going to be getting the best corner. Not even he might be getting the third corner on the team or a safety. So I mean, hopefully that frees up a bunch of stuff for him. And they like to throw those little quick slant routes. And he's all for that. So. I feel like even if he went there, there's still enough ball to to go around. Just because you see like Hill's targets, like Hill and Kelce don't really get targeted that much in the game. They just catch the ball and go for ridiculous yardage. So, and then I think the Chiefs actually want to pass more. I feel like they don't want to run the ball. I feel like that would be a great fit for him. I wouldn't mind seeing him there. I think he needs like a strong head coach and a quarterback that'll put him in his place. I don't know if he respects Aaron Rodgers because of the COVID debacle. So,
you never know. I mean, who knows with these guys and where they land? As long as he's got a quarterback he knows can get him the ball, I feel like they'll be okay.
I mean, Andy Reid and those guys, they got a dynamic offense, but they're gonna figure out ways to get you the ball. So I mean, we're gonna have to wait and see. But I mean, either way, it's gonna be interesting to see how it pans out. Where he goes. I think he has to do it by Saturday, otherwise he doesn't get paid. So
yeah, I'm shocked that they're still waiting out, or what do they hold on for?
Yeah, I'm sure teams have made offers, but they're trying to see if something could be adjusted as far as like a bonus or something like that. So
yeah, could be.
And then the other important games. I mean, the Lions and the Steelers. Not really an important game, but we're hoping the Lions win. Then we got the Packers and the Seahawks. Depending on Russell, I think Russell's coming back. I don't know if Rodgers has made the decision because I think the early season comeback is Saturday.
Yep.
But I don't know if I don't know if he's decided whether or not he wants to. He'll play that game.
I mean, if he's available, he'll play. Is my guess.
But with both quarterbacks playing, who you like in that one?
I like the Packers. I just think the defense is playing well. If Rodgers is back, I don't think the Seahawks secondary is good enough to stop them.
Yeah, I mean, I would go with you on this one, but I feel like Aaron's coming back so late, not much time to prep, that maybe it affects him a little bit.
I don't think so, Rich. These are like guys that don't need that. They're watching film. They're doing whatever they need to do. He doesn't need to be on the field for it. He knows he can hop right into this. I'd agree with you. Maybe Aaron Rodgers 8 years ago, maybe 10 years ago, but not now. They don't. These guys don't need guys like Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady. They don't need to practice to know what they're going to do on Sunday.
I don't know, man. I think he's gonna get a lot of drops. People don't want to catch that COVID ball, man.
That's great.
But no, yeah, I kind of agree with you on that one. I didn't really think about it like that, but and the Seahawks defense is they've been struggling. So, and the Packers have a better defense. So,
yep.
And then the other games, the Rams and 49ers, that should be a good one. Another individual game. Who do you like in that one?
I like the Rams. I think they're due for a bounce back game here. You know, I feel like the Rams, for whatever reason, just aren't getting maybe the love they deserve. They've had a couple bad losses, I would say, and both have been on prime time. So I think they get kind of a bad rap, but that the defense is still pretty awesome.
Oh yeah, and Von Miller's coming back. Coming.
Von Miller's gonna be there. The Stafford Cooper Cup. I don't know. And the 49ers, I think, are a little bit of a mess right now, too. So.
Yeah, I think they're still figuring out which quarterback they want to go with. So.
I like the Rams.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I feel like that defense is going to wreak havoc coming off that loss. They got a lot of pass rushers there. Somebody's getting the quarterback. So you got the Chiefs and the Raiders. That should be a good one. Another classic individual game. The Raiders been playing good, man. I'm still surprised they haven't tailed off.
Yeah, the offense wasn't there on Sunday against your boys in New York, but yeah, I'm not throwing them in the trash yet. I think that they got something going there.
Yeah, I think they could sneak in, man. I think they could sneak into the playoffs.
And like I said, catching Kansas City. They just I don't know what's wrong with them, but they don't look like the same team. So yeah, I think this is a prime spot for Las Vegas to take a home game here and get a stranglehold here in the division.
Oh yeah, but I mean we're gonna see if Patty Mahomes has something to say about that. He's been letting me down in fantasy.
He hasn't been good. I mean, and I can't tell if it's guys that just aren't open, or is he missing throws, or is it a combination of the two. But he's got to be better. If you're gonna pay the guy $40 million a year, he's got to produce.
Yeah, that's like maybe this is his down year, like his slump year, because all the other years he's been freaking ridiculous.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I think they need. I think they, in the offseason they're going to need to figure out that defense as well. I feel like they kind of just been trying to run it back, but it's not really been effective. So.
Mm-hmm.
And then your boy Dalvin Cook's getting extorted by his one of his exes.
Wild story.
Yeah. Did you see that they said that the girl broke into the house and like fist fought him or something because she's like in the army or navy or something like that?
She's a sergeant, and she it sounds like she broke into the house and maced him and two of his other guests, and then started punching him. Just a kind of a crazy story. And now she's trying to they're going back and forth here, but she's trying to claim sexual abuse or physical abuse.
Yeah.
It's just like
I think she's trying to get kidnapping too or something like that. Something crazy.
Story. Yeah.
Lesson learned, people. Be careful. Be careful who you hang around with.
Absolutely.
And then on to the NBA. I mean, not too much to cover. I mean, the Warriors are 9-1. Even though they have a great record, I feel like we still haven't seen them play that many people yet outside the Lakers. I'm interested to see once they get it to the heaviest part of their schedule where they're playing more of the playoff contenders.
Yeah, no, they've had a little bit of a soft schedule to start for sure. The one loss coming to the Grizzlies, who are a pretty good team.
Mm-hmm.
They still got the Timberwolves tonight, and then then they got Chicago, Charlotte, Brooklyn. So coming out to the East Coast, playing some more difficult teams here. But yeah, they're off to a good start. I think that we kind of expected this, right? Felt like they were due for a little bit of a comeback year, and then when Klay Thompson gets back, they should get better. Wiseman.
Yeah. Players they got have been playing good. I'm just looking forward to see when they get fully healthy how they look.
Mm-hmm.
I like the fact that you got off to a hot start, so you're beating the teams you're supposed to beat. So I mean, come towards the end of the season, you don't find yourself in that Western Conference jam, separated by a game or two, so to get home court advantage.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, you can only play the schedule they put in front of you, right? I mean, win the games you need to win.
Oh yeah, I mean, speaking of games, you guys got to win. Celtics got the Raptors tonight. You guys gonna not let Scotty Barnes go off like we did, or what's going on?
We already let Scotty Barnes go off on us once this year already. Again, you're right. This game that you win. They're at home. Unfortunately, Jaylen Brown is out. Although he looks like he's close to coming back. Hamstring's feeling a little better. So yeah, this is a game they need to win. Home game, coming off a loss to the Mavericks. They played hard. Got down big early. Unfortunately, were able to come back, and then Luka did Luka things and drained a fadeaway 3-pointer to win the game. Second time in the last 2 games against the Mavericks, he's done something like this. So yeah, I mean you're right. They need to win this game, and then they haven't. They're 0-3 at home to start the year, so they need to pick it up a little here at home. I think it's their first 0-3 start since like the 60s or 70s, something like that. Like they're never down at home. But they got Milwaukee on Friday, and then a couple games against Cleveland. So time to right the ship.
Yep. I mean, we're not too far ahead of you. I mean, we got Milwaukee tonight, so I mean we beat them earlier. Let's see if guys show up again to play Milwaukee instead of kind of half-assing it when they play some of the lesser teams. But I'm liking what I'm seeing. But I think they still need to get better at finishing games. And then like we talked about it a little bit off air about showing up against some of those lesser teams and not letting them get the best of you. Especially when people come, they come and play at the Garden. It's kind of, they get energized. I mean, when they come and play New York. So I mean, you always got to be ready for them. I don't want to say like New York's like being a championship team, but like when people come to the Garden, they're gonna give you your best shot. I mean, it's been so many years. Yeah,
everyone said it. I mean, from Jordan to Kobe, LeBron, they all want to play. Everyone wants to play well at MSG. It's the Mecca.
Yeah.
So going back to the college teams, it's just something about the place. So
yeah, I mean, the Knicks could have they could be a 0-82. The Garden will be packed and it will be live. So I mean, the energy is always there. So I mean, you always got to be ready.
It's a great place to watch a basketball.
Oh yeah, unless you're in like way in the bleachers, because there's too many people, too many seats.
That's fair.
I don't know if you've seen this, but apparently Darren Williams is fighting Frank Gore in a boxing match. But I heard Darren Williams, he has like he owns like a MMA gym. So and I think Frank Gore did boxing like on I guess. He did. So it's gonna be interesting to see like if they can really fight, because anytime you see players that said they can fight or that do like the side stuff from MMA or boxing, it doesn't really come out right. They kind of look stiff when it comes to them being in the actual ring. So I might have to check this out, man.
Yeah, I just this is me. I don't want to fight Frank Gore. That seems like a guy you just don't want to fight at any point.
Yeah, but also Darren Williams is 6'3". He's a big dude too. So
no, I'm not talking about big dude. I'm just talking about the personality and.
Oh yeah.
He's just like one of those guys where I don't care how big he is or how old he is. I'm not fighting that guy.
Yeah, he's from Miami. Nope, not fighting him.
Yeah.
Nope.
Yeah, no thanks.
There's some other stuff about the Suns owner. I don't know if you want to get into that.
I honestly haven't read into it much other than looking at the headline and not being surprised.
Yeah, they said his wife messaged some of the former employees about how she was disappointed in them going forward against him.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so I thought that was kind of odd, but I mean, shouldn't your attorney advise you not to do that? But like, why would you do that?
Probably.
But we'll have to wait and see how this plays out. I'm going to be more interested to see if they boot him up out of here, who they allow to sell the team to. So. Yeah.
No, I think you're right. Where does it go? Right.
Right. Does it go to your boy from Amazon, or does it go an unexpected suitor comes out of nowhere and buys them?
Don't doubt Bezos. The guy's got a lot of money and could be bored.
Yeah, I mean, if I had money like that, I would have been on the waiting list for a NBA team, NFL team. I just feel like that's like something that not many people get to say they've done, even the people that had the money.
Yeah, no, you're right.
Because it's kind of like it's just a kind of exclusive club.
It is.
It's not that many. It's not. Yeah, it's not like it's 100 teams or something, and then anyone can get one. So
exactly.
And then that's something you can pass along to generations and generations. So
for sure.
MLB's in free agency. It's not really too much to cover here, but I'm hearing I hear the Yankees are targeting Seager.
A lot of people are. Texas is. Dodgers want him back. He's got a lot of suitors. Him, Correa. The shortstop market's gonna be hot this year.
Yeah, I'm hearing Kershaw. I'm hearing Kershaw might not want to come back to the Dodgers.
Really?
Yeah, I'm hearing. I heard the Dodgers said he's welcome to come back if he wants to, but I think he wants to hit free agency. But I also think the Dodgers are looking to target Verlander too. So
interesting. Okay.
I would love for the Yankees to steal both, but that'd be so much money.
It's a lot of cash. I think they're definitely going to try to go after a shortstop, whether it's Correa or Seager, because I think Gleyber's going to have to go to second, and they're just going to have to bring someone in for shortstop. And Seager, I feel like it'd be a good fit with that short right field porch there.
Yep.
But I like Correa too, so we'll see. We'll see what they do.
Yeah, I mean it's a win-win either way. But I mean, one option would be a little less expensive compared to the other, but. I still think they need some pitching though.
They do. But really down the stretch, the bats failed them. They didn't have it. The pitching was okay. Their bullpen was a little shaky, but they just didn't have the hitting. I mean, you look at that lineup top to bottom, it should be good, and it wasn't. No one was hitting for any average. It just wasn't a good hitting lineup.
Yeah, I was like maybe they just had a down year, but I mean, it shouldn't be that down. But I don't know. Maybe they need to change up the rotation or something. If they decide not to, try to get any more hitting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yep.
But I mean, there's a lot of players that are going to be on the move as far as MLB. So it's gonna be an interesting off season. Come to see where all these pieces land.
Yeah, they gotta solve the CBA before the owners start handing out some cash.
I don't think that'll be too long of a wait.
Yeah.
Being that they just came off the COVID year not too long ago, I feel like these teams are gonna want to get back out there as soon as possible, so that they don't have any gaps because they got a lot of money to make up from that COVID year.
Yep, for sure.
College basketball's kicking off. You excited for college?
Yeah. It was a good Duke Kentucky game to start last night. Duke took down the win. Kentucky fought back, but it was a good game. Then we had Kansas knocking off Michigan State. And the UMass boys starting off 1-0 with a win in Amherst last night.
Oh yeah, I mean, hopefully they can win the division and get into the tournament. But I mean, it's gonna be hard against Dayton and
St. Bonaventure's got a good team. They're actually ranked to start the year, which is almost unheard of in the A10. But yeah, always love college basketball. It's one of those things that forever. It's one of the sports that I just can always turn. I can turn on any game. Like right now, I got the Michigan Buffalo game on. Just always fun to watch.
Yeah, I'm mad I missed the Gonzaga game and then the Memphis game. I missed those two games the other day.
Yeah,
because I wanted to see Bates and the other guy from Gonzaga, the 7-footer.
What's his name?
I think it's like because I heard he was killing yesterday. So
the big dude. Yeah, 14 points, 13 boards.
I mean, Gonzaga back at it, ranked number one again.
Always, man.
But I mean, I was gonna be interested to see if despite all the pieces they lost, if they can get back into the Final Four this year. With the new players they got. I'm also interested in women's basketball too. So
yeah, absolutely.
We got like we say in football, we got a lot of basketball to be played. So. Then, ladies and gentlemen, you guessed it. It's that time again. We got another edition of JD's Bites and Brew. What you got for us?
All right, we're gonna do a little change up tonight because I been on the road, haven't been cooking.
Okay.
So, you being a New York guy,
and
me heading down to New York soon. We were talking about this the other night, but give me your top 3 favorite pizzas. Cheese doesn't count.
Well, like toppings or like just kind of pizza?
Kind of pizza.
All right, so I know this is like doesn't count, but I'm a huge fan of stuffed crust. I love stuffed crust pizza.
Yeah.
Or not even or it doesn't have to be stuffed crust, but when they do like the when they cheese the bread like on the outside, I don't know what they call it, but that's one of my favorites. I'm not gonna lie, I like Boston pizza sometimes, or Massachusetts pizza, like the little squares. And then let me see. I mean, the other one probably Sicilian slice, some kind of Sicilian slice, or there's a place in Yonkers. They do like these like huge size slices of pizza. It's like a I don't say it's like probably like not four, maybe like 3 feet in like length.
Really?
They're like huge.
What's the name of the place? The Pizza Barn?
Yep. I think that's it. And they make these like huge slices of pizza.
Plain 2-foot super slice.
Yeah, they're like ridiculous. They're like it's like 3 feet long, like a 3 feet long pizza. And like people get it for like themselves. I mean, I like pizza, but I'm like, damn. I'm like, how the hell you eat all that pizza, man?
That's awesome.
But those are definitely like my top pizza places. But then, like, as far as toppings, you got to go with your, you like your plain with the or I can't really do plain. I normally get like pepperoni with extra cheese, or I'll do like chicken and peppers with like extra cheese.
Okay.
I really like the white slices, but not every place does it right. I feel like some places put too much ricotta on there, and then other places don't even give you like, I don't know. This is like not enough cheese, or because normally I think you're supposed to put like it's like some garlic aioli like on the bread, and then that's kind of like the sauce, and then they put the cheese.
The garlic spread.
Yeah, and then they put the cheese on top, and then I feel like some places just put the cheese and then they just put the ricotta, and it's just kind of dry.
Yeah. No, you're right. The white pizza is you got to do it right so that it's not like overly greasy, but you don't want it to be dry either. So it's a fine balance in there, and it depends on what you're using for your base as well.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of places don't do it right. So every time I go somewhere, I try their white slice, but then I never get it again.
Yeah, I hear you. All
what
right,
what about yours?
If I'm going to a new place, not looking at a menu, I'm going pepperoni, straight pepperoni.
How they do their pepperoni slice tells you a lot.
Yeah, I agree. If it's super greasy, probably out. Got to be able to do the pepperoni right, have the right amount of pepperoni on there, and that goes a long way. The other one, other fallback for me, or my go-to is a buffalo chicken. But it varies from place to place. Some people go with like a white sauce. Some people go with the red sauce. I prefer the white sauce, but I'll do a red sauce. That's the other one. And then finally, if done right, I really like a sausage, mushroom, and onion pizza. It just has to be, the mushrooms got to be, good. I don't like those canned mushrooms. Those things are disgusting. Give me some fresh cut up, baby bellas or something on there, right? Those are my go-to.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of mushrooms, but you got to do it right in order for me to eat the mushrooms.
Exactly.
I don't like them when they're like too like soft or like too hard.
Yep.
You got to be just right.
I agree.
And they can't be like a bunch of them on there either. Like it's got to be like a little spot here and there.
Yep. No, agree. And the way I do it normally when I cook them is I'll fry them up in butter for a little bit first and then throw them on. I don't really like them, like you said, like if they're just like sliced, raw mushrooms. I just feel like they don't cook long enough.
Yeah.
And then the canned mushrooms are just disgusting.
Yeah, and then the buffalo chicken is good. I like the chicken bacon ranch sometimes, but sometimes people put too much bacon on it.
Yeah.
It messes it up. And then I'm trying to think what else. There's the chicken marsala one, but sometimes I don't really like it too much because sometimes it's like too greasy.
Yep.
And so it's just a turn off for me. And then, but I mean, obviously, what's your favorite seasoning to put on the pizza?
Oh, hot pepper, red chili pepper.
Oh, okay. Just making sure.
Yeah.
Yeah, you gotta throw the crushed red peppers on there. Maybe some garlic.
If I'm getting a plain slice, I'll do garlic, crushed red pepper, maybe a little bit of parm on there. But yeah, I go red pepper on there just about.
Oh yeah. Anything pizza related, you gotta go crushed red pepper on there, man.
Absolutely.
It tastes so much better. And then, what are you drinking that down with?
So gonna go a little outside the box here again, because we were one of the places we went to while we were out of Massachusetts was a winery.
Mm-hmm.
You a big wine guy, Rich?
Nah, man. I feel like wine is my weakness, man. It doesn't. It's one of those things that like it doesn't taste great to me, and like you know when you drink something you know it's gonna mess you up. That's what I feel like wine. That's what I feel like wine does. Like you know exactly what I'm talking about, man.
I do. the second you take it. That was like the one time I drank a Four Loko. I took one sip and I'm like, this isn't gonna end well.
Yeah, that's what I feel like wine will do to me. That's why I stay away from it, man.
Yeah, I don't blame you. It's something I've picked up a little bit over the past year or so. But we went to a winery and I typically prefer like a red wine, but yeah, no, the go-to for me. So we went to this place called Jonathan Edwards Winery. Super nice, right on a vineyard down in Southern Connecticut.
Hmm.
But really like the Cabernet Sauvignon, the red. It's a nice, dry wine. Goes down smooth. It's a good just hanging out. Not too sweet. Good aftertaste. Not bitter at all. It's really good wine. But I was gonna ask you what your go-to is, but not being a wine guy.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really.
It can be dangerous.
Yeah, I mean, Pinot here and there maybe, but I don't know. I don't know. It's just one of those drinks, man. I just feel like when as soon as I start drinking it, it's like, all right, this is gonna mess me up. I'm not even gonna mess with this right now. That's what I said. It's probably one of those. And that's what I said. Sometimes I drink and I get like lightheaded. That's why I'm like, I gotta stop drinking this, man. This is it's not gonna end well. I don't know, but maybe it's acquired taste. You gotta drink it. It's supposed to be healthier for you, so I mean, you drink it long enough, then probably tastes. But just like beer, the first time you taste beer, you're like, what the hell is this?
Yeah, exactly.
Is this what the hype is about? And then eventually you find yourself going through a whole 30 rack, and you're like, oh yeah,
not too bad.
just another day in the neighborhood.
But yeah, if I'm going red, I'll go with the Cabernet. If I'm going white, I'd probably go with like a Sauvignon Blanc, and then there's always the rosés, like the party wine.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I said. That one's good. I mean, there's other times, I mean, I've had it where like they mixed it, like they'll mix the rosé with the orange, like orange juice, or rosé with something else, which is pretty good.
Yeah.
Like just straight up, nah, I can't.
Nah.
I know my limits. Yeah, I know my limits.
That's great.
And then that's JD's Bites and Brew, everyone.
Yeah, I thought I'd throw a little change up this week for everybody.
Yeah, change-ups are always good, man.
Yeah.
You gotta switch it up on the haters.
Absolutely.
And then I mean, not too much on the BRRs. I know I say this all the time, but Eternals are out. I didn't see it, but heard the reviews. Heard it wasn't too great. I'll still watch it before I give a BRR about it. Still going through some shows right now. I did binge freaking Narcos season 3 Mexico. Love that show. Kind of seeing the rise of El Chapo right now in this past season. I'm sure the next season will be pretty much about him, how he just dominated the drug industry, even though the person before him was one of the was known as like the master of the sky, as far as one of the biggest traffickers. He got he got killed having surgery. Pretty much, the feds and the other cartels were after him, basically, feuding. So he decided, all right, I'm gonna have surgery and change my face so nobody recognizes me. And then he died under the table at surgery. And then come to find out, like a few months later, the surgeons that operated on him, they were dead. So it was definitely one of those things that's definitely a coincidence that happened. So, but if you haven't seen it, it's pretty much about there's two. There's a regular Narcos, and then there's Narcos Mexico. So the regular Narcos focuses on the drug cartel from Colombia. So you kind of see how America inserts itself into the war on drugs. I mean, when you watch it, you're gonna have a lot of questions about how they inserted themselves into that war. And then like a lot of the history stuff we learned in school, like NAFTA and like all these like trade agreements, what they really were focused and centered around. You kind of get to see about how Citibank became Citibank. They were involved in the drug trafficking as well, as far as laundering money. But nobody talks about that. So as I said, when you watch it, you get they give you, it's kind of like a mix of the history and the reenactment of events. So it's great, man. It's one of those shows. Especially if you like mobsters, stuff like that, it's good to see those stories, because they don't focus on the mobsters or the cartel kingpins. They give you a lot of information as far as the people that work the cases, things that triggered it. So it's definitely a check out. Something you would want to check out if you're into that stuff.
Awesome.
And then I think that's really much it. I mean, everything else I'm still catching up. How was Yellowstone?
Oh man, it might be the best show going on TV right now.
That's what I'm hearing. I'm seeing all these ads. They're like, oh, it's the best show
Holy
on.
moly.
They're like, oh, it's the best show on TV. And then I'm seeing all these previews. I'm like, I see all these different actors. I was like, oh, I didn't know they were on this show.
Well, just the way season 3 ended, which was kind of just a wild ending to season 3, and then it I feel like typically in shows it's hard to come back from that, right? Like you just can't. They just don't ever, like, especially the first episode. No one ever like meets up that high expectation what you're looking for in that first episode. And like the first 20 minutes of the show was just like unbelievable. It was just like an extension of season 3, and it was amazing. And it just got off on the right foot, and it set up for like a pretty cool season. And I don't know if this is the last season or they're doing one more after this, but it has a shelf life, obviously. But yeah, they do it really well, and Kevin Costner's awesome, and they just got really good actors in the show, and the storyline is good. It's not
Has anybody ever won in like any awards for the show?
I don't know. I don't know, but man, it should, because it blows some of these other shows that have won awards out of the water. And don't get me wrong, like I love Breaking Bad and a few of those other ones, but sheesh, this one I think it tops it.
Yeah, I can't wait to catch up. Still in the first season, so it reminds me a lot of Banshee. I don't know if you remember the show.
Yeah, it's a little more controlled. Like I felt like Banshee. I love Banshee, but I felt like Banshee was just like a little outlandish at times and a little out of control. This is like a little more like realistic.
Yeah, that's what I said. It seems more realistic, unlike Banshee. So
yeah, but yeah, same kind of deal though.
Yeah, I kind of feel like that's what and kind of like the last season of Ozark was kind of tapping into stuff like that too. So
yeah, yep.
But it seems like they starting off with the jump with this one. So
they did a good job to start the season.
Yeah, but I mean, any show that can give you like a good 3-4 seasons, that's it's classic right there.
Yeah, no, it's tough to hold people's attention for that long now. Everyone's into like the mini series and things like that. So the fact that they're still rolling and putting out good material, says a lot about them.
Yeah, and then because it's hard too, especially when you have a good show. Then people start pulling your writers from the show and getting them on other shows. It's sometimes really hard to maintain that pop.
Yep, no, for sure.
Then still catching up on Succession. I don't know if you've seen that, and I think Dexter, the new season started this Sunday, I think.
Yeah, no, still catching up on Succession too. I was back in season 2, so still working my way through that.
Oh yeah. Then there's a few other stuff I gotta get through as well, so I'll keep you posted. I gotta find some more movies to watch. I feel like everything I'm watching right now is a show.
Oh, you know what movie I did watch? We watched what is that movie with Megan Fox, the one where the husband, she's like handcuffed to her husband, and he's dead.
Nah, that's
that one.
Nah, I didn't see that.
Honestly, I thought it was going to be worse than it was.
It was one I was like, it's not that bad.
Yeah, well, the whole premise behind it is,
God,
I gotta find the name of it because the name kind of gives it away. Till Death.
Oh, okay.
So basically, like, she's in a bad marriage. Husband wants to fix it, or at least tells her he wants to fix it, and then he ends up. I don't want to give it away. It's not giving it away. He ends up blowing his brains out, and then he's basically trapped her in this house way far away, and then shit starts hitting the fan, but he handcuffs himself to her, and it goes all over the place. But it when it started, I was like, I don't know if you remember Open Water with like the guy that was stuck in the ocean with the sharks just circling him the whole time.
Yeah. Wasn't that a girl? Wasn't that a girl?
Yeah, girl. Yeah. I felt like it was gonna be one of those, and I was like, it's gonna be her and like this dead body.
Dead body.
I'm like, oh, I can't do this for an hour and a half. But then they add some things going in there, and it got a little better. But it was, once it started, I was like, oh, this is gonna be so shitty, and it ended up being serviceable for 90 minutes.
Yeah, I mean that's good when the movie starts out when you think it's gonna be terrible, and then it's like, oh, it wasn't that bad at all. It's like that's why like if I see a movie and like I didn't hear about it, and then I see like the actors in it, and I'm like, oh, it can't be that bad. And then sometimes it is, just hit or miss.
Yep. No, exactly the same. I'm like, Megan Fox is in it. I mean, she's not a great actor, but she's in some decent movies. But this one was a little out there.
Yeah, I saw Netflix has some new movies like Night Teeth and oh no, I did watch one. I watched The Harder They Fall. It was pretty good. It's like the one with Idris Elba. It's like a western.
Okay.
So it's kind of so it's kind of like he's like the big hot shot as far as like bad guys. His compadres bail him out of jail. Not really jail, but like from being transported from prison to prison, and then it's about another group of misfits that take him down. Mm-hmm. So overall, it was kind of cool, man. It wasn't bad. It had some funny moments. So I don't want to give it away, but it has like some funny moments where like because of like the dialogue. So like one of the guys is like he's like let's say the third in command for the bad guys. And then when they're getting to rob somebody or like getting ready to do stuff, he like talks people like out of like trying to be a hero. Mm-hmm. And then he does like stupid stuff where like back in the day they used to like, all right, we're gonna duel whoever's the fastest gun.
Sure. Yeah.
And he's like, I'm gonna give you the count of 5. And then like he started counting down and he didn't even get to 5. He's like 4 and he shoots his gun. So doing like little cheap stuff like that was pretty funny. So, but overall, it was a good movie. It was like 2.5 hours, a lot of action throughout. So
that's good.
Definitely a movie to check out if you guys have some time.
For sure.
And then I think that's about it.
Nice.
I want to thank y'all for rocking out with your boy Rich, JD, and Tom here on the Sports Sidebar Podcast. Give y'all something to ride out on.